Skibidi Toilet 79 just dropped, and with it, the cameraman becomes upgraded. The secrets you didn't see. The infected Titan TV, the Duchess, interesting details. Stay tuned because this video is going to be really good, and we're going to analyze everything.
First of all, let's start with this part when the simp cameraman appears, because there's a secret message on his ship. It says the word simp using the numbers 51MP, and then the word Chad, which, if you don't know, is the opposite of simp. Woman and chat seem to have broken up. Yeah, looks like we won't be calling him simp from now on. That's why woman looks sad now. Moving on to minute 601, the Astro Duchess hears a sound and makes this face like she's happy about what's happening. I'll show you the clip. It's believed her plan from the beginning was to capture this group and control them through that TV, which is why they arrived at this place. Also, something few noticed is that camera woman is making the same pose as the cameraman from the stairs when everything happened in episode 50. By the way, the Duchess also puts on some star-shaped sunglasses here. I don't know if there's a secret behind this form, but I found it curious.
Now, let's talk about other important stuff. When this Skibidi character shows up ready for battle, he's holding a bag that nobody knows the contents of. It probably contains very important information. I don't know what your theory is, but hold on. What really got me thinking is why his suit has fire on it, if supposedly he hasn't fought anyone yet. And if he had, they would have taken him out already. Because an Astro or the Doom, even the Duchess, would have made it easy. Now here's another detail that few people noticed. They call Michael Jackson King, which translated from English is Ray, as in King of Pop. They also call him Mike, obviously short for Michael. That's pretty interesting to me. Seconds later, we also see a cameraman running while holding his arm. Another reference to episode 50, when the cameraman base was attacked. Once we're here, it looks like our LAR cameraman eliminated himself in the coolest way possible. The sad part is I was about to start calling him the lucky cameraman from now on. Guys, another good and important detail. At the end of the video, we hear that the red TV's ability is no longer functioning. Maybe it was canceled. I'll play the clip here.
I don't know about you, but I hear something like a plane or a Titan engine flying in the air. Maybe it's Titan Spikerman, or at least that's what I want to believe. But now, let's get into what shocked everyone, the return of the infected Titan TV. Because on the screen, part of his body, there's this core that had already leaked in spoilers, and it controls all his movements. But he's insanely overpowered, right? Literally, he takes no damage from rockets, lasers, kamikaze skibids. Nothing touches him. Even the Titan cameraman got his arm broken by kamikazes, but this guy's just fine.
He takes down the scientists super easily with his sword. But the question is, Sut, did this guy survive? The answer is, most likely, yes, because we can see him running away. Boom said weeks ago that someone important would die, but never specified who. I think this guy made it out.
That said, let's talk about this device now. It seems we've now learned its main function, to translate the dialogue between Speakerman, Skibids, and the cameraman so they can all understand what's going on. But the device still doesn't fully work. I think it will function properly in a few episodes. Something else I didn't get is whether this faction and all these characters standing on crates managed to escape, because the first thing the Astro does is attack this core. So it must be really important, otherwise why attack it? But something else that raised questions for me was seeing what looks like speakers hidden in the background door. If you remember, in season 25 when He-Man and the secret agent appeared, he was also surrounded by speakers. Coincidence? Minutes later, when the shot zooms out, that object is gone from the door. Hold on, also, Chat Cameraman, yes, we're calling him that now, has a ring on his back that might have Astro technology, but also glitch tech. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but the core on his back is overloaded with electricity that resembles this other character's. And check it out. He throws lightning bolts just like that Skibidi. I think he might even move just as fast. but we still don't know. Boom leaves us with this scene where we see the statue of the brave cameraman. I think they might be telling us this character is coming back and is already being repaired, since we never learned what happened to him last time. But wait, in this moment, we also see the Commander Cameraman in the background. But minutes later, after Doom arrives, we don't see him anymore, nor where the Skibids or these powerful members went. If you look closely, only a few cameramen are left trying to contain the situation, but I think they ended up retreating because they knew they couldn't face it head-on.
Small pause.
The secret word of today's video is cameraman. First one to comment it wins. Other cool little secrets show up in this moment. Check out the Skibid putting this box away. Look at his face. He's making weird expressions or signals and talking to himself. This guy looks a lot like another one we've seen in previous episodes. I don't know if there's a secret behind it, but I've never seen another Skibid reacting like this. Likewise, at minute 114, we see astonished cameraman in the background. Fans call him that because in every episode he makes that same face. In episode 59, it's the same reaction when a cameraman grabs a Skibid to, you know what?
Also, when the Astro Duchess shows up, we see that she already has a shield, and it's insanely strong. No one can damage it, not even a scratch. I think regular weapons or abilities from the cameraman's side can't break it. They need to develop new tech to shatter that shield. Otherwise, we're doomed. Everyone is so overpowered now. Let's talk again about the Chad guy. Yeah, he's OP too.
He jumps off a structure, but maybe he's only effective when he's near it. That could mean he loses power when he's away from the core that's overloading him, making him less effective. Now, many of you might be wondering, Sut, okay, he's OP, but does he have a weakness? The answer is yes. During the battle, we see the scientist using some small speakers that at least slow him down. They don't completely stop him because they're tiny, but imagine giant ones or upgraded versions. They'd counter this Titan easily. I think Titan Spikerman could actually beat him. It'd be hard and he'd need help, but he might be the perfect counter. If the squad returns, they could probably take him down. What do you think? As a final note, it seems not all the characters inside the base, or not all reinforcements, escaped. The new team arriving seems to be just for containment, to slow down the villains' plans like reinforcements, or basically sacrificing themselves. But especially the Astros, they're just supporting, or maybe just observing and letting their new Titan cook. Another detail, on the back of the LAR cameraman, there's a message that says, UNESC. I don't know if it's part of his model or if it has some hidden meaning, because Boom always leaves secrets, and this time is no exception. To wrap this up, we see the new ability of this Titan. It's broken. The red screen causes characters to auto-eliminate. I don't think it kills them all for real. I think maybe Spider-Man will show up to save them, because it just says camera offline. I believe they're still alive. If not, maybe the ability changed, and it now turns those who see the red screen into allies, meaning they're also infected. I really hope not, because imagine an all-out battle between both sides. But yeah, that's it for all the little secrets and things you probably missed. Let me know what you think in the comments. What was your favorite part? For me, the return of the Doom Titan. Pretty awesome and OP, by the way. Anyway, I'm Sut and we're signing off. See you next time.